this kind of training is not that convention, the normal way of training, because a lot of things you have had, you will continue to think through them. How is this possible? How does this work and all that? So, it's just some of the biases that we have, struggling with what we have had to see how do we arrive at something. So it's something that you need to ponder through and be able to make a decision, and then for you to be able to move forward in what you are doing. We are going to move further to invite the country manager of Groomed Business School. I remember like 3 to 4 years ago when we met, and we started a Groomed Business School, and today we were staying in the other apartments. But this year they are here. Maybe in the next year they will own the building for some other place. So it's a guy that's doing great things and moving at the speed that you just look and say, how are you actually doing this? Because things are very, very tough in the country today. All of us know that the challenges from infrastructure, from policies, from all the rest, finances, and then even getting the right person to work for you is difficult. So those challenges, but he was able to mingle through and be able to keep the place going. And so we said, let him come and share with us how he's able to manage these processes and highlight some of the entrepreneurial skills that are skills or tools. I don't know. Because as he said, this to get understanding of what he just spoke today can take you years. So for you to understand what is actually and then be able to see how you can apply, because there are times you have discussion, we discuss. I said, please let's start afresh. Because of all the support. With time, I think we'll have a better understanding of it. So we'll now like to invite Dr. Humphrey Okechukwu.
Thank you very much, Ogamodes. He was my senior in the junior seminary, one of the best. Not one of the best, I remember. Yes. He inspired me a lot during the very simple, very practical. I want to start from what he said: drop everything. If you want to move from there to here, you have to drop everything. I actually dropped everything. You want to equip yourself for anything, whether to be a professional or a business owner. There are 3 levels of how would I put it, training or evaluation steps, evaluation criteria you will use. Number 1 is what we call knowledge. Knowledge. You need to go to school. You need to take some training. You need to take some, if you want to run a sustainable business. Not like those in Alaba and Teju show. They will just run it, make profit. Sustainable business, you have to get knowledge. The second step is skill. You need to acquire the rightful skills. The third one is competence. You need to test your skills with the tools in order to have the competence, and then you can begin. So, on evaluation of Nigerian environment, comparing it with the European environment, entrepreneurial environment. And it was a practical stuff. And this was what I got, which helped me, and I believe it will help you. Every economy that thinks entrepreneurship, like the Nigerian government is doing today, we are talking about being self-employed, creating jobs and all of that. The economies have 4 different characteristics when it comes to entrepreneurship, where After this, he will tell you where Nigeria belongs. Let us start from there before we even go to the kind of attitudes and values that one can have in order to succeed in that environment. I will use my life stories, to explain these things. So there is the necessity and opportunity-driven economy. Entrepreneurship economy. There is the improvement-driven entrepreneurship or economy. Call it economy too. There is the growth or knowledge-led entrepreneurship, and there is the innovation-driven entrepreneurship. The first one, necessity, is an economy where people, they do not plan, they do not have plan of what they want to do maybe after studies. Some of the students, university students, they do not have hope. They just come out from school and they delve into something just to make money to survive. Whatever they are doing right now is not what they may want to do in future. They are just doing it to make money. And if in the process of doing it, and they start giving them money, they settle with it. It becomes their business. They continue with it. And if they get lucky, they can get further training and understand how to make that business structured and sustainable. And they, grow with that. The other one is improvement-driven. It's an economy where they already have the structures laid. Okay, the next generation is just coming to improve on what the other generation have developed. An example of such economy is Italy and Spain. So you see some of those bars, coffee bars, some of those restaurants. The economy is anchored on family business. Okay, the other one is growth-led or knowledge-led growth. Countries like China is in that now. Germany has always been in that. Netherlands, these guys, they believe in R&D. They believe in research and development. They believe in creating opportunities that will enhance inquiries into what already is. If you watch now, China is trying to top America in space economy. You understand? So it's not something new, but they are trying to develop some kind of knowledge base that the next generation will be using, and they are always dragging with Jeff Bezos and the rest of them. Then innovation-driven entrepreneurship. Almost all the developed economies are doing this, so they continue to interrupt, the space. They continue look at these big tech guys in the U.S. So most of them are into. Even in Nigeria, we still have some little innovation going on here and there, but it's not well pronounced. It's not being managed well by the official, how would I put it? The officials, let me put it that way. So that is why it is important to have a business in Nigeria.
Such as run businesses.
Do you understand? So I did that analysis and I discovered that Nigeria is here. And to be frank with you, students, who pass through here, at the end of the day, you realize that, come on, these guys are really brilliant. It's just that they need platform. Nigerians are smart people. They just need a conducive environment to test their talents.
Yes.
I'm telling you. So at the end of the day, the purpose of establishing the school in Nigeria was achieved. So I call it the book of wants. Wants, what you want in life. It's old. This was written in 2011. So I was confused. Some of us here may be confused of what we want to do in life. So in order to get a direction and be focused on what I want to do, I didn't know, but somehow, I was led to FAO, food. Exactly. They were doing intense recruitment, and the way they do it is they call some young kids, whiz kids. They come, they give them tests. They do a 3-day training, then they give you tests. If you pass, they pick you and give you maybe 6 months internship. After the 6 months internship, they will still do another selection for those who will work with them permanently. So I was called with one Ikenugwu from Enugu, and was others from other countries. And during the 3 days, we were waiting for the test. And those of us who, when we take the exam, we pass. We thought it was going to be the exam thing. They now told us to go and write down 100 things we want in life. We are like, okay, when will the exam come now? The exam, that's why we are here. So we were writing this. I wrote up till 60, number 60. And I couldn't remember again what to write because I have written all the jargons, I want a Jeep, I want to build a house, I want to do this, I want to do that. So I and Diken, and we went back to the woman and said, man, must we write 100? We have written 60 now. We can't remember anything. She said, it is now that you will write the real things you want in life. Go and think. After 60, the next thing I wrote was the kind of woman I want to marry. How I want to help my brothers. How I want to empower people. How I want to, establish a business, school of entrepreneurship. How I want to do this. So I wasn't writing those things like I want a car, I want $20 million to be in my account, I want this. Yes, I was now going beyond the material. I was going to the immaterial. Eventually, I ended up writing 110. Then we submitted it. After the evaluation, they called us and they didn't take me. And when I now asked why, what happened? They picked Ikenugwu, they didn't pick me. So the woman now told me, was now counseling me. She said, looking at you, your ambition in life, you cannot work under somebody. It will be a deception for you. You'll be deceiving yourself to say you are looking for employment. You might work with the person after, you won't last. You might even fight with the person because your ideas will be conflicting with that person's idea. What you want to do in life might be conflicting with what that person wants in life. You will not succeed. So that is why we don't want you to work here. So it's a great opportunity for you. At the point I was like, it's a consolation theology. Like trying to make me feel happy that I have something to offer, but not here. And I left. Okay, before I left, he said, okay, those things you put down there, any of them you achieve. He said, okay, you should be reading it often and on, going back to them, read it. So any of them you achieve, you tick it. Any of them you achieve, you tick it. That I will be surprised that those things I wrote there, unconsciously they will come to pass. And when these things start happening, I will remember, take it home. Attitude is everything. The first thing is personal initiative. It's not a skill. Some people might call it qualities. It's a matter of school of thought. It's attitude. There are some employees that have that speed or attitude or personal initiative. There are those who don't have it, those of you who are HR. You know, there are employees that you employ. You know, you don't need to tell them to do something. They know what to do and how to go about it. And I have this. So I know how to sit down and begin to imagine things. I imagine, okay, this can be done. You know, I know how to try to distinguish between, how would I put it, creating a niche, you know, from what is already existing. Yeah, I saw LBS, I saw Metropolitan School of Economics, and you know, what will I give differently from these guys?
Yeah.
One of the things, I don't want to say all, one of the things I did was to brand my own business school with Roman culture. If LBS will be giving MBA, this other one MBA, BSN MBA. So what am I doing different? They have been here before me. So people would like to see something that is unique, even if I'm doing MBA. So the brand name and the the communication around it will change people's perception. And I branded it around Italian or Roman culture. That was why we started with the conference on intergenerational succession in family business. And we anchored it on Italian family business culture. And then since that time, we have been marketing the school based on Roman culture. So every week, we post something on Roman culture. Consistently. If you go to the other side, once you enter the reception, you will see Julius Caesar. The painting of Julius Caesar. If you go up in the lobby, you will see Romulus and Romulus, the founders of Rome, with the beast. We created that picture. And then for our students, when they come in, we try to make them feel Italian. You know, Africans will always like something we like to eat. Yes, we do cappuccino, we do espresso, we brew coffee, so we make them feel this is what we do here. This is how we, and even the furnitures. Maybe when you get time, when you have time, go around. These ones here, we are the ones we started with anyway. The furnitures are unique. They don't look tushed, and they don't look They are very simple, but neat. So we started that branding. Our marketing communication is about Italy, European, Roman. Do you understand? So that's one of the things I did based on my attitude towards personal initiative. So if you really want to have your own business, if you really want to do something differently, you should be able to have this quality, this attitude of distinguishing yourself from what every other person is doing. The next is locus of control. I will dwell a bit here. Locus of control. Unfortunately for us here in Africa, and especially in West Africa, our parents do not understand, or most of our parents do not understand how to build our kids to have locus of control. What does that mean? Self-esteem, confidence, do you understand? Being proactive, you know, I've said self-esteem, yeah, self-awareness. We fail in that. We leave it to the teachers. The teachers do it for us. We send them to school from 6 months. Do you understand? We leave them there. And the teachers can only do what they can do. And some of those teachers in these schools, they are not even trained on what we call pedagogy. So they don't know how to impart this kind of attitudes, quality. You see, that's why you see Nigerians, we have a lot of opportunities here. The Indians, we like to come here to make money. Chinese, we like to come here to make money. People who have traveled out and see what is happening there, we like to come back, you know, to make money. But those of us who are here, we want to run away just to look for paid 2,000 euro a month, 1,000 euro a month. At the end of the day, you grow old and you just realize that you have nothing left. You have just built the house in your village. So, locus of control, this is what it is. But then, in that locus of control, there is the internal and the external. Okay, it depends on how you build yourself. Internal locus of control are the great achievers, those who can start businesses, those who can be independent. These are people who feel that external influences cannot stop them from believing what they believe in, from achieving their goals. They believe in themselves. They believe in what they have inside, their strength, their skills, their knowledge. You don't influence them with money. You don't, in fact, some of them, they find it difficult to enter politics, but if they enter politics, they are the likes that you can't push them to do what we call, how do I translate this in English? Abateke, like chop by chop. Do you understand? You can't influence them, and at the end of the day, those big wigs in politics will kick them out because they don't fit in. They are not good, party men. Do you understand? You have people like that, and these people have internal locus of control. They believe in what they are doing. And you have people with an external locus of control. These people believe that they need to be guided. They believe that without somebody teaching them or putting them on their toes, they can't perform. And these are your people up. They usually stay there. They want to work for you. Some of them, when they work for you, because they cannot even be an entrepreneur. You know what entrepreneur means? Some employees in your company developing ideas. Yes. What? Entrepreneur. Is inside. He has idea, creating new things in the company. They only think of how to cheat, how to increase the zeros, and in the public sector we have a lot of them. They can't be entrepreneurs, okay? So these are low-esteem people. I don't care if you are the permanent sec and you have billions and you have this or that. Man, you're a coward. Seriously. How do you make that money? Farm sex, this. Sorry, I'm a private person, so I don't owe anybody anything. We are here to tell ourselves the truth in order to succeed.
We will report you.
You're free to report me. But what I'm saying is being recorded anyway, so you can come and tell me. So, locus of control, you need to build it. Where do you belong? You can still develop it if you don't have it. You can develop it. So, I tried as much as possible, apart from what they told me here, but I had to develop my own too. I had to develop it by taking rare steps, painful steps. I had to sacrifice on a lot of things. Okay? Self-efficacy, the same thing. Self-efficacy, you need to know your strengths. You need to tell yourself the truth. One tools we use here to assess ourselves, to know our strength is what we call SWOT analysis. But sometimes those things are classical theories. You need to do the real SWOT analysis by testing yourself. You need to enter the water to know if you can swim. You cannot stay outside and say, because I can do my leg like this, now I can swim. So you need to try it. You need to take the risk. Risk is there, yeah? You need to take the risk. So you need to test your abilities. You need to test it. You will make mistakes. You need to get trained. You need to be given the secrets. And the only way your mentor can give that secret for you is if you are working with him and in a project that he has a stake in. They are businessmen. They are not there to throw it away. Train your team members. You need to give them the skills, the knowledge. You need to bring them up in competencies. And of course, social valuation. Social valuation. My brothers and sisters in Nigeria, we need to open our mind to relate with everybody. Yes, that's the only way to succeed. I have done it. I relate with everybody. I'm a Nigerian. I'm not an Igbo. I'm not a Yoruba. I'm not Fulani. I'm not Hausa. I'm not thief.
Absolutely.
Believe in competence. 80% of my managers are not Igbos. I don't care. I need the best. They are delivering. Open your mind. If you want to succeed, unless you want to run a business of one man, you just need to open your mind. Relate with everybody. Respect your elders. You know, as a young person, I have people like Baba who are lecturers here. And you know their age. Baba, you know, it's not easy to manage. You know what I'm talking about?
Man's age is a secret.
There's a way you manage them. Do you understand? Being a younger person. So you need to be respectful. Here, in our generation, you know that very well. We lack respect for elders. If you want to succeed, you need to learn. In fact, if you, in Igbo language, they say if you carry your father up, a very big thing will cover your face. I don't want to mention.
Pride is pride. Pride is pride.
Exactly. So we don't know, young guys like me, you need to respect elders. Even if you have more skills, more energy than them, they have got experience. There is a speed you will be going with. They will tell you, oh my son, take it easy. No, but I want to make millions. Calm down, don't worry, enjoy. You know, like, calm down, because if you continue running, you might jump in over the bridge and enter the lagoon. They have wisdom. So social valuation, learn to relate with everybody, even with your employees. Be open-minded. Be open, recognize those who have helped you.
That's right.
Those who have helped you. They may not help you again, but they can recommend some other person that can help you. People like James, Mr. James, they helped me. Francis, they helped me. Mr. Modest, they helped me. Uche them, Professor Patu Toby and his team. Recognize those people. Some faculties here. Every Christmas, I buy what you have, right? Hampers. There are some specific faculties, I give them hampers, elderly people. And whenever I have challenges dealing with, when you say policies, difficult, I go to them. Those guys, they are connected. But they will not let you know unless you come to them, and unless they see respect in you. So I go to them, yeah. They tell you what to do. If I want to go to Abuja now to meet one of them, say, okay, if you go here, ask of this person. I don't know what you understand. You don't learn that one in the university.
Yes.
So you need to be open-minded. Yahoo cannot give you that kind of thing. Cannot give you money. You just use it and after you just get frustrated. Risk taking, of course, I have said that. Personal values and attitudes. All these things I'm saying here, they are my personal values and attitude. Let me talk about values and I will stop. Your background, your upbringing, your culture, how you were brought up, how you were trained, environment you lived, even the church you go, the mosque you attend, all those things come together to form your value. If you have good, what I call it, propensity to values, it will help to get you focused, consistent, okay, patient. You need to have value and don't shift from it. The value for setting up your own business school was not to make money. The value for setting up your own business school was to impart an advanced, how would I put it, management or managerial skills from Europe. I want something of Europe here. And that is what is driving me to improve on the processes, on the training, on the standards, accreditations we are getting. There's one we are paying $16,000 every year. How much are we getting? We want to create value. But you know one funny thing about creation of value? When you create value, people beg you to pay more. You say no, people want to pay. But the first thing is to create value. But there is also another aspect of paying more for a value. Some people might be very happy about the value you are creating. They just want to be associated with that value. They don't want to go through the value. They don't want the value to go through them, and they want to pay you more. You know what I'm talking about? Don't worry. Take care. 4 million. Give me certificate. I want it to be on my profile. I attended Grove Business School. I said, sir. One of them came, and I was like, an elderly person. I was really shocked. And I said, sir, if I came to you as a registrar, you're sitting here, and I'm a youth. You know how they look at us as youths. I have that money. I came to you to ask for this. How would you see me? The man started looking at that. Forget this. No, all these things, no answer. The whole thing ended, all these things, it doesn't have to be, That's not the answer. At the end of the day, I say, sir, please, I respect you. The only thing I can do for you is you register in one of our courses that is very flexible. Weekend classes, and you can still get this. I will delegate one of the didactic personnel to support you, manage you, be your PA, because some of our executive students, they are so busy. You need to call them to come to class. You need to remind them to do their assignments. Seriously. So we manage them. Yes. After 2 years, he came back and now registered in our DPA. Doing our DPA, and he has to do it.
Yes. To add to what you just said, I think we have to stick for integrity in this country. Some of us was deliberately, intentionally decide to stand up. You see, to fight corruption. I think I was saying it in Abuja. I was speaking for Anna. I said it's a disaster if you see what is corruption. You prevent corruption. You don't need to fight corruption. It's like custom. Allow people to come in with all kinds of things and they are not pursuing them all over the town. How will they manage to enter into the country? You don't need EFCC, you don't need ICPC. What we need is to digitally prevent corruption. Something happened on Tuesday. A retired woman called me from the aviation sector. She called me and she said that they want to bring out 50 million that day, that they needed an account. And me, because I have an organization that just trained me. Okay. And she said that they will pay the money to my account. Fine. And I'm going to get 4 million there. Then I will return with
the remaining one.
And you will not do the work. She's an elderly woman, over 70 years. I told the woman, I said, before my father died, he told me, and he said, whatever you have never worked for, don't let it touch your hand. And I told the woman, I said, I will never do that. I am the one that is going all over the place as a nobody, telling people about the fact that you don't need to steal a lie, you don't need to be corrupt. And I'll be the same person that will be doing that. I say, I'm sorry, man, I'm not going to do that. And you should advise those other criminals that they should not try to do it. You know what? When I told my wife, she said that, you know what? Every day they bring out money from the government and they know how to do it. And I'm saying this to say that few of us, let us stand out from the crowd. Let us differentiate ourselves. I showed them examples in Abuja, those that were corrupt in the past. I showed them the pictures. I said, where are they now? I saw Senator who said, I'm broke. I told them that I was with the governor in South, Niger Delta. I was with the governor. 1 a.m., another former governor came in. The former governor came in. And after they discussed, around 2, the governor came to me. You know what he said? He said, the man is broke. He just left governor for 8 years. I said, oh, you don't understand. We were taught when we were children that what we never labor does not last. You don't understand. Sorry for
Thank you very much.
Sorry to add to that. I also had an experience like that where I was contacted, said, send 50 million. Send 50 million. And we are bringing out this, and since you have more than one platform and they really needed the limited liability, and you can do that for us. And I said, the first question I asked was, are you going to do the training? He said no. I said, eh? Sir?
He said no.
And the man was looking at me. What do you mean? I am a deacon in, I don't want to mention the name of the church, a director of HR of a reputable government organization. And he said, madam, you have been looking. I said, sir,
you have been marked.
I have integrity. Because there was a time EFCC slammed all accounts. Only money can enter, you cannot bring it out until you go and physically clear yourself in a Wolowo road. And they give you that certificate, send it to your bank directly before you can have access to your own money. So when they will be looking for that person, it will be me and you. You'll be cooling down in your house. If you are not going to do, if it is 1 day or 2 days training, and we will take pictures, we will bring people just for 1 day. I don't think that will cost us even 2 M to do that. If you are not going to do that, sir, I'm out of this place. The man looked at me as if I was stupid. I said, I know that kind of money, they say, they run belly. I don't want to make my belly run. I'm serious. If they run belly, sir, apart from value, if they run belly,
to put you into trouble.
the belly way go run plenty. So,
I won't go even
since that day on, the man never talked about business with me. He said, I just bungled with other people's stuff. I didn't have a, you can contact other people. We don't do such a thing. Integrity is also very, very key. Let your word be your signature. Don't talk from, in business, many people talk from 2 sides of their mouth. No, talk from 1 side.
Thank you very much.
Let me just add. Okay, mine was not integrity. Mine was the second one, so that it doesn't run with it. A certain politician came over and said he was supposed to do fish farming, blah blah blah, in his state. So he asked for my bill, and I said 3 million. He asked, well, is that enough for the whole thing? I said, yeah. When he was going to come back, now told me, okay, prepare a brochure and for 30 million. So in my mind, I was not like, no. Why am I collecting 3 million and 30 million? He said, if you remember, I asked you how much is it going to cost? So I said, okay, now, the 3 million that I wanted was for the project and my fees. That now the 3 million. He said, no problem, that it wasn't. So he went back, he went to meet the governor. By the time he was coming back, please understand, I still wanted to take the money, 3 million to 30 million. He now said the governor said he doesn't get involved in 30 million like that. We should do it for 300 million. And then there is no need to even do the training. I just need to say that I ran the training and all of that. And I told the guy, even if I were to fly down, people who are experts in fish farming, I don't know how to go back to 300 million. So that in case, just like what you said, in case EFCC that was why, not for integrity, at least.
For the one way they run.
All right, so let me just conclude. So you can see, you can see all these things, whether we are talking about quality, skills, competencies, whatever it is, all are anchored on value. The value, what value does Nigerian environment have? The public sector, the private sector, our schools. What value do we have? If we don't have values, we can't respect any. And if we don't respect any, of course, we all know what is happening in the country today. There will be banditry, there will be kidnapping, there will be no rule of law, there will be a lot of things, people breaking laws here and there. Values in your personal life, company, anything you are doing sounds very simple. Value sounds very simple, but it is the pillar of an economic development, is the pillar of even your personal development, is the pillar of everything. Values. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please, can we do that again? You mentioned that when you started, you had one staff, and now how many staff do you have now?
Okay, I have 20 something.
So we are staying in the other, this is the other duplex, or what do you call it, the other aspect. This year, they're able to get this, and they are doing fantastic work. So we thank all of you, for coming to this program. The next 5 minutes we close. We have there's a form inside this brochure. There is a form there that we need to fill. What we want to do is to see, having had some guide on how to go about our business, we want to see how we can follow it up practically. So we want to get all this and then. This is a part of the report we give to public activities, look at what we did. So you see here you need to sign and order so that they can check your business and see how viable your business is and see how if they're able to invest in it. So they will contact you, get back to you personally, because they're going to take all these things to them and then we'll follow it up there. So after this now we would like to have a group photograph, because we also need to send it to them for them to see that actually we are in attendance to the program. And then after that, we have some refreshments that we also take from. I asked something, you want to become part of it, and you asked most of you answered yes in the application, but we want you to also register formally that you want to be there. So because we will start the engagement online and see what how we are going to help some of the small businesses for them to be able to grow and do like that. So we thank everyone for coming. Okay. Next, so you have that.
I want to say some things about what he said. Please don't take what he said as invitation. I know him as it may sound motivational on the surface, but like what he said, if you really want to take out of him, you have to work with him. Even if it's just 6 months, if you are going to draw out of it. That's what he went through. So it's not going to break a life principle in 2 hours. So I need to say that. He also said something about the 60 months that he wants before the 40. Please notice that everything that is the first time everything that he's doing now is within that last 40. The challenge is all the chiefs and all the districts. Those ones come by virtue of the last 40. You understand? If you're a Christian, some people will say, seek ye first the right. He said something about SWOT analysis, which is fantastic. Yes, I'm not talking for you. You understand? I'm not your partner, I'm not your. You've got to find an environment that really listens to you. You need a people that don't send you. Please don't go and meet people who will say, I don't know whether you notice that when you are poor, you find other poor people. You understand? And the two of you related, but this head, no correct. You need to feel so. You understand? And the two of you don't look for people who will say, listen, you are saying rubbish.
Yeah.
Deliberately. And that is something that a business school offers you. Because they don't send you. You have a perspective, and we can brainstorm and end up respecting each other. So when he was talking about SWOT analysis within their own thing, that means somebody can look at him and say, listen, why are you wearing this time? Why are you not wearing something? And the person is free. Yes, but if you are the chairman, CEO, MD, / cleaner, and everything, it becomes very difficult for somebody to be able to look at you and say, if you notice, he didn't talk about business now. And I will tell you why. He is the business plan. He is. By virtue of the things that he has learned, if you ask him to develop a business plan, he can tell you. Please and please, if you are not as skilled as he is, look for. Someone said write business plans and all of that and all of that. Yes, find someone who will listen to you and write your business plan. It must work. Don't risk it if it's not working. Don't. Please. If it's not working on paper, it's not going to work in real life. If it's not working on paper, you will visit so many prophets. I said, I just need you to pour some oil on something like don't. It has to work on paper before you come out. Write the vision, make it very plain. Let it be extremely plain. So that someone else, when they read can wrong, it has to be somebody else. Don't keep reading your own plan. You have to give it to somebody and the person says, wow, I would like to invest into this. Don't read it and say, I don't know why you are not getting it. As long as somebody is saying he's not getting it, there's something wrong. You understand? When we talked once, we communicated everything clearly. That in my mind, I was like, wow. And I think he also said something which I've noticed. I'm struggling to get Yoruba people and stuff. I'm struggling, even as part. But I now told myself this year that I'm going to get Yoruba people, my own people. I have Akwa Ibom, I have people from Kogi, At one point in time, somebody said, are you deliberately doing quota system? Because there's no Yoruba people around you. If all the people around you are going to be biased. You are going to be reinforcing the stupidity of your tribe.
Exactly.
You have Igbo churches, you have geographic churches, especially when you have something, and all you are doing is just reinforcing your own stupidity. Because with every tribe there is stupidity, and only somebody from outside will say, why are you guys doing that? So okay. You also said something, and this is how I'm going to go. For people who are Proverbs 20:29, and I love when he said, the glory of the young people is their strength. The gray hair of experience is the splendor of the old. Thank you.